Okay, so good evening, guys. Today we will see SQL join. Okay, what is the join operation? Why it is useful? Yes. Okay, so in the last class we have seen all the constraint, including foreign key, primary key, unique key, not null. Okay, and the combination of unique and not null. We cannot use unique key constraint with the long data type column. Okay, and we have seen check constraint, default constraint, and foreign key constraint. So the use of foreign key is basically to make the relationship between two or more tables. Okay, so accordingly, suppose if you want to make that, yesterday somebody asks that can be establish the relationship between more than two tables if I want to do so. So yes, you can do. So similarly, like here, okay, so we have seen earlier there was one master table, and next table was the my employee table was the master table, and address table was the child table. Similarly, you can not address this account table. Okay, so account table was the child table. You can define, you can make the relationship with different table also parallelly. Okay, so maybe there is a address table also. Okay, so if you are having this student table as a master table, the student may have address, student may have that their account number. So similarly, you can just copy and, I mean, you can make the relationship between other tables also. The rule will be same. Whenever you will specify any foreign key, you have, okay, so and so for that particular column, okay, this column must be available inside your current table. Okay, so you are saying this key or this column, okay, I'm making the relationship, okay, and I'm behaving this key as a foreign key which is available into the current table, and it is referring to this column of student table. Okay, so here is a composite primary key example. Okay, so so it's also very simple. So here in student table, okay, it's a master table primary key. There is a condition, if you want to define any foreign key. Okay, so whatever column you want to define here as a foreign key, like bid and cid, these column in student table has to be defined as either primary key or unique key. So already these columns are defined as primary key. So it already I have explained what is composite primary key. So it's a kind of composite primary key. It's a combination of multiple columns, bid and sid. Okay, so the combination of these two columns are nothing but composite primary key. So same, okay, same, I am making as I am treating this composite key as a foreign key here. So same key, same combination I am referring. Okay, and these columns are responsible, or you can say these columns will take place of instead of this column. Okay, so this column will take place of instead of these columns, okay, with bid and sid. Instead of that, you can refer this column into the current table. So particular combination this particular combination, or you can say this composite key is pointing to the composite key of student table. Okay, so I'm sorry. So you can define like that. There can be any child tables, there is no problem at all. Let me check. Okay, so one is now here. Okay, so we'll start today join. Why it is useful, what is the use of join? Okay, so you have to understand. So I'm having maybe uh, employees table, some with some data. I'm having one more table with some data. Okay. So Boblan is asking today, sir, today I work this one query is executed. Something is confusion. Which query? Can you share that query, Boblan? Yeah, please share that query. Foreign key. Okay. What is the problem? Can you share your screen? Let me just make you as a presenter. Are you have you joined through your laptop or mobile? Can you share your screen? I am just giving you the yeah. So Boblan, just accept this and present your screen now. Are you sharing your screen, Boblan? Okay, if you are okay, okay. So what we can do, we will I will rectify your query. Okay, after the class. Fine. Okay. So let me continue here itself. Okay, and we'll discuss this thing after the class. Okay. Cool. So see here, employees table is having some data and account table is also having some data. Now my requirement is okay, and there is one more table. Maybe this employee is having account, and this same employee is also having the addresses, and all the addresses I am keeping inside address table itself. Okay, so now my requirement is okay. My requirement is so here maybe there are 1,000 addresses. Okay, in account there are 1,000 accounts detail. Okay, and how many employees are there? Only 100 employees. Suppose 100 employees. Just understand this thing. Okay, try to understand. Now my requirement is I want to. So my requirement is I want to fetch 5 customers. Oh, sorry, 5 employees, and inside the employee details also. I don't want everything from employee. I want to fetch only employee ID, employee name. Okay, maybe not employee ID, employee name, employee city. Okay, and his phone number, date of birth, and I want, I also want this corresponding like 5 employees related account details also. Okay, account number and maybe bank name. Okay, and I want their address detail also like city. Suppose city column is not here. City column inside the address table, state and city, state, area. Suppose I want these details, and these details are available inside all those table, and I want this as a single unit. I mean, I want the detail from multiple table now. Got it? So if you will write this query, select star from, let's assume that I want everything, suppose. Okay, so this, if you want only employee name, phone or DOB, okay, you can mention here. Or suppose, let's suppose I'm taking all the records from employees table, okay, where you can mention where employee ID is equal to something. So similarly you have to, run this query as well as, so now it will give you all the employees related detail. But what about account details? For that, again you have to mention here, select all the detail from accounts where employee ID, because employee ID, or maybe something, employee ID, some foreign key also is there, you can mention that here, some employee ID, because if you are mentioning here employee ID as 101, so similarly you have to mention 101. I want this employee account also, and I want this employee related addresses detail, where EMP ID. Okay, let's suppose this is my requirement. So here you can see it will give you, okay, three result set, separate set, I mean three result set. It will return all the employees detail, it will return employees details, and here also it will return account details only, and here it will return address details, right? But I don't want each and every detail separately, because this employee detail will be separate result set, okay, account details will be separate result set, and address details would be separate result set. I want to conclude everything in a single result set, okay, where, so say, I want the detail like this: employee name should come, phone should come, date of birth should come, account number also should come like this, and bank, area, city, and state, and a single result set. Okay, how to achieve this thing? So you got it right. What is the requirement now? And so in this case, okay, so remember this thing. So in this case, you have to apply joins into these three tables. You have to apply join. Okay, so this is the requirement where you can observe clearly the join is required, because you have to make some join condition, and according to that you have to fetch the record. So this is what is join stand for. So SQL joins are used to fetch the data from two or more tables. Okay, two or more tables. Now, if you want to access the information from multiple tables, then some column will be used to join the table. Okay, some column will be used to join the table. And it is not necessary, one more thing that you should remember, okay, it is not necessary that these all tables, employee, account, and addresses, these all table, it is not necessary that they are having some relationship. That is not necessary at all. Okay, so maybe there is no relationship between employees and account, and employees and address. Okay, there is no relationship between these two. Okay, so what I meant is, if there is no relation also, it's fine. In join we can define the condition. Okay, so what is the condition? If the employee ID 101 present into this account table, okay, if the 101 account employee ID is present, you give me that account detail. Okay, similarly, if the employee ID is 101 present here inside this account table, address table, you give me that as address, that's it. So it is not necessary that these tables are in relationship. It is not necessary at all. Try to understand this also. Okay, so you can access the values depending upon some joining columns, on how you are applying the join condition. Okay, there are following types of joins: inner join and outer join, self join and cross join. So cross join is supported by in Oracle, but how to support this cross join in MySQL, that also we will see. Okay, but remember this thing: cross join is not supported by the MySQL. It is supported by only Oracle. But there is a way you can achieve cross join inside the MySQL also. Okay, now we will see what is the inner join. So inner join is the keyword. Okay, you remember this: inner join is the keyword return the rows where there is at least one match in both the table. What is the meaning? If there is only single, at least one record should be matched in both the table, in that case it will give you the result. Means when you are applying the inner join on two tables, it fetches the matching information from both the table. Okay, so if you have heard about Venn diagram, okay, so let me show you here, because I, as of now, I can't draw all. Let me 1 minute. Mhm. So there is one Venn diagram is there. One is this one, and this is one table, and another table is this one. Okay, so I want the matching information. Okay, so this is known as matching information, and inner join will give you this matching information from both the table. So suppose this is my account table, and not this one. Suppose this is the account table and this is the employee table. Okay, so employees table will have the all the employees, and address table will have the all addresses. Okay, now my requirement is I want only matching information. Okay, so that is the reason we can go for inner join. Any confusion in this? Okay, so we can mention this thing like this. See here, somebody is asking Ullas. Yes, A stand for account and E stand for employee. Okay, so see here, let me, okay, let me show you that something, then you will understand better. Now we can see here show tables. How many tables? Accounts and employees. Let me see here. So let me drop table employees. Okay, I cannot drop this table because this table is associated with account table also. Account table is the child table for employees table. So let me drop account table first. Accounts, then you can drop employees table. Okay, so if we will see here, uh, now freshly we will create the table. Create, and it is not necessary that whatever table you are creating and whenever you want to apply the join, okay, it is not necessary that they are having some relationship between these two tables. Okay, let's see here. I'm creating the table, but I will not use any foreign key concept. I will just create the table. Create table name is employees. Okay, and employees are having some columns, employee ID of type int, and so suppose I'm taking this as a primary key. It is not necessary, but it's a you should learn in this way, and you should practice also in this way. Okay, so employee ID or whatever ID, you should define at least one primary key in the table, whatever you will define, whether it will be employee ID or something. Okay, or maybe row number, something you can define as primary key. Okay, it depends on you, but there must be one primary key for identity purpose. Okay, so employee ID int primary key, employee name, let me take as that. Yeah, employee name, employee email. Okay, and employee email, phone I'm taking as big int. Okay, and date of birth I'm taking as date. So this is one table. Okay, if you want to define some constraint apart from primary key, you can define that as well. Email ID, if you want to define as uh, email ID must be unique always, so you can define like this. Okay, table is created, you can see the description. Okay, there is one primary key and there is one unique key inside this table. Okay, so you can clearly observe this difference between primary key and unique key. Inside the primary key, null is not allowed, but inside the unique key, null is allowed. That means if user is not providing the value for email, it's okay. But if user is not providing the value for employee ID, okay, data will not accept this. You have to provide the employee ID because it is forcing you to give the employee ID. Okay, it is not accepting null. You have to provide some value. Okay, cool. We'll create one more table. Before that, let me insert some record into it. Insert into employees, employee ID. Let me give all the columns value. Email. We have already discussed constraint topic very in detail. Okay, you can go through it if you have any kind of confusion. Email ID. Let me insert some multiple record. Okay, I'm inserting multiple record so that your understanding would be clear. Employee ID 101, suppose employee name, some name you can take. Somebody is asking. Okay. EV, phone, and date of birth. Now let me take one more, not two. Some phone number and date of birth. Another account, another employee. Okay, so what we will do, okay, we'll do later. We will add one more column called salary. Okay, we'll do it later now. 101, 102, 103. Okay, so some name, email, some phone number, and date of birth. Not, ID, employee name, phone, email. Now let me provide some phone number. Hmm, email, some phone numbers, and date of birth. Okay, let me do one more because okay, name, some phone number, and date of birth. Okay, let me insert these records. Okay, all the records are inserted. You can check it here from employees table. These many records are inserted. Now let me add one more column. Okay, so can anyone tell uh, what is the query that we need to write to add one more column here? Can anyone type that query? I want full query. I want to add one salary column. I am expecting the query from everyone. Quickly respond, please, so that we move further. Hmm? Okay, so let me just write it here. Alter table name. Okay, add column name, and this column is of type double. Okay, so this is the column what am I adding here. Okay, so the column is now added. You can see here as of now there is nothing inside the salary column. Okay, so what we will do, we will update this column now. Update employees table. What I want to update, I want to update salary. I want to give 55,000.45 paise, where employee ID is 101. Okay, cool. Employee ID is 102 and salary is 65k. Employee ID is 103, salary is 25. Employee is 104, salary is 35. Employee ID 105, salary is 45. Employee ID 106 and salary is, let's assume, 75. Okay, cool. So already now we have updated. You can see it here. So this table is now ready. Okay, where employee ID, employee name, email, phone, date of birth, and salary. Okay, now I will create one more table. Create table address. Okay, I'm creating one table called address, where you can specify area, varchar, and area is, you can specify as length of 20, and area city. Okay, city is specify as 20 again, and state. Okay, 20. And suppose in the beginning I will specify some, because these addresses are belong to some employees. Okay, so I will take one employee ID. Okay, int. Okay, I'm not specifying this column as primary key because they so there is a chance that one employee can have multiple address. Okay, so employee ID can be repeated. So I will, and remember this thing, I am not making any relationship here. This table is separate and employees table is separate. Okay, there is no relationship between these two tables. Explicitly I am not defining any relationship. Okay, explicitly in the sense I am not defining any foreign key. Okay, these are the separate table itself. Address table is separate, employees table is separate. Okay, created. Now we'll insert some record into it. Insert into um, table is support addresses, address, table is address, and let me drop this because table name is incorrect. Let me take it as addresses. Drop table address. Let me create that again. Instead of address, I will specify as addresses. Okay, table is created. Now what we'll do, we'll insert a description of, okay, this is the description. Now I will insert the record into addresses table, and I will provide the value for employee ID, area, city, state, all the values. I will insert multiple addresses. What I will do, employee ID. This the address is belongs to 101, or let's suppose 104. Any order we can give, or maybe I'm giving employee ID as 110, and this employee itself is not at 0. It's okay, because this value, if there is a relationship between these two table, okay, you cannot insert this record. But because why? Because always whenever you will insert this record 110, okay, it will verify first before inserting the record into the address table. It will verify whether this employee is existing to the address employees table or not. Okay, so but here there is no relationship, so that's why I'll show you something. Let me just give one. Okay, employee ID, area is city is Bangalore, state is Karnataka. Similarly, I will give the employee ID as 104, and area is Mathikere. Okay, and city is Bangalore, and state is 5. Area is Indranagar, city is Delhi, and state is New Delhi. Okay, now not 6, employee ID. Okay, and area is something you can take, Whitefield, city is Bangalore. State is Karnataka. Not 4, not 3. Okay. And area is Amirpet. City is Hyderabad. State is okay. Not 2. Let me take the area is something take ATM. City is again Bangalore and state is Karnataka. Okay, I will take few more records. Not one area is mhm, and take this. Okay, let's take again 104. Okay, area is MG Road and city is Delhi, state is Delhi. Okay, one more. Suppose having one more address. Okay, area is mm, some area Mehtaji Circle. Okay, uh, city is state is similarly here. I'm having 112. I thought okay, and area okay, and city is Bangalore. Area Karnataka. There is one more. Some area from city and from state. Okay, somebody saying something. Yes, it's okay. That's why intentionally I'm repeating. Okay, so all total addresses are 11. You can see here. So these are total addresses inside the address table. Okay, let me show you one by one. Select star from employees. So these are the employees and these are the addresses. Okay, and there is no relationship between these two as of now because in explicitly I haven't made any relationship between these two tables just to tell you that it is not necessary. Okay, whether this table is having the relationship between both, maybe there is a chance that there is no relationship exists between these two table or more table, okay, then also we can specify join. We will see. One more table I will take. Okay, create table. Each employee will have some account also. And let me check how many tables account table is there or not. Okay, not there. Let me create this table quickly. Create table accounts. Okay, and account have the account ID, or you can say account number int, and it will be the primary key. You can take it's not a problem. Okay, it is not related to join concept. Join concept is a bit different. Okay, account number, primary key, account name, or maybe if not account name, bank, which bank actually the account is in. Okay, so let me take it as 20, account number, bank, okay, and bank city, okay, bank city, 20, and IF, IFSC in suppose, or maybe it's also well, yeah, total real time. Mhm. Okay, you can take it instead of bank city, we can take it as branch, branch. Okay, and IFSC code. That's it. Suppose these are the columns available into account table. Now, okay, so let me drop it. I will have to add one more column. Let me alter this table. Alter table. I want to add one more column called employee ID because I want to make some condition. Okay, account add column. Column name is employee ID. Yes, is of type integer. No problem. Now we can see the description of this account table. So there is total 5 columns. Now you will insert some account details. Insert into accounts. I want to insert account number, bank, branch, IFSC code, and employee ID belongs to. And values. I'll provide 10 records, suppose. Okay. Let me insert the record. Account number. Some number you can take. Okay. Now bank. Bank is suppose some bank. Branch. Branch. Some IFSC code. Okay. And employee ID belongs suppose 101. Similarly, account number, some bank, okay, branch, and IFSC code, okay, and employee ID. Maybe not 4. Now, an account number, again ICICI, branches, Whitefield, IFSC code is and employee ID is 102. Similarly, some account number, bank, okay, branches, okay, and some IFSC code and employee ID. Take 3, okay, and some account number, bank, some bank, branch, IFSC code, and employee ID. Employee ID is suppose five and some account number. Let me take this bank name as PI branch. Okay, some branch. Okay, we take IFSC code branch, IFSC code and employee ID. Some employee ID. No, we'll insert some more account. And suppose system and branches, IFSC code. Okay, and employee ID. Let's suppose again repeating some account numbers. Account number, bank name is suppose PNB, okay. Branches, some branch, any branch you can take, yes, 1 4, okay, and IFSC code and employee ID is 6. Let's take some account number again and bank name and IFSC code is employee ID. So employee ID, suppose it will not exist. Okay, and this is one more account number and bank name is Bank, branches Zero. Okay. IFSC code is and where is not there. So okay, let me change the table name as account. So, because I have given the wrong table name. I know I may face the issue because somewhere I have take the account number which will be out of range. See here, column count does not match. Okay, how many columns are there? Row 9. Okay, so here in this line, because row number 9, so this is the row number 9. We have to check it here. Account number, bank, IFSC code, and total count is 5, but here I am providing only 4. Branch. Okay, I haven't provided the branch here. Let me change it. Okay. Branches, some branch you can give. Okay, let me create now again from one more problem at row number 3. Okay, so row number 3, so first row, second row, and this is the third row. So the see here the account number is bigger than the integer range. Okay, so we have to change it. So now what we'll do, we will decrease the size again. Row number 4 also is having. Okay, so we'll check it here. Okay, let me check. Here also I'm having more. And the account number here is correct. No, this is also wrong. This is correct. This is also correct, and this is also correct. Now it should create. Yes. So select from counts. Very good example actually I am providing. It is taking time. So there are totally 3 tables. Select, star, from, employees. Correct. Now select star from employees. Employees will be having some addresses. These are the addresses and accounts. Okay. So these many records we have as of now. Now, so there are okay there are no relationship between these all 3 tables. Okay. So you can see totally we have only 6 employees, but there are some entries which are belongs to different employees. Okay, but these employees are not exist at all here. Maybe I have deleted or maybe somewhere something, but in address table you can see this this employee and last employee is not exist. Okay, similarly here also you can see this record, this employee is not at all exist. Now my requirement is I want to fetch this customer this employee related record. Okay, not only employee name, email and phone. I want to fetch. So this employee name is Sagar. So I want to fetch the Sagar name, email, and Sagar date of birth and his salary. And I'm taking the city and state and area all, or suppose city and state only. And I want to fetch the account number also and IFSC code. I want these many detail of Sagar. So what we can do? One way is you can define like this: select employee name, right? Yes, employee name, Okay, what and all you want to select, you just define it here. Select employee name, date of birth, employee phone, date of birth. Okay, and I want area and city, suppose area and city from address table, and I want the account number and IFSC code of Sagar. So account number and IFSC code, and I want bank name also. Okay, so select all this detail from, okay, how many tables actually are participating, because these columns are exist into, yes, so these columns are exist into three tables. Okay, so what we'll do, we will specify select employee name, phone, date of birth, area, city, account number, IFSC code, bank from employees table, and address table, addresses table, and account table. Okay, where you have to specify the condition like this. If you are not using join, in this case I'm talking about, okay, if I'm not using join, what we can do, so we will do like this, where, okay, so you have to specify some alias name also, or we'll see here, we will specify the condition where employees dot employee id is equal to, which means what I'm saying, the employee id from employee table, okay, should be matched with addresses dot employee id, and employee id of employees table should be matched from with account table employee id. Okay, if this condition is true, then only provide the record. What is the problem? No. Okay, what is the problem? Okay, so what is the, okay, no, actually what the condition I'm giving is wrong. Actually, what we can specify, okay, 101, and because this employee id is 101, employees as well as address, okay, dot employee id is equal to 101, and so in this case only one record you will get. Okay, so now the condition is now understand, right? So what I'm saying here, I want to okay, just give me employee name, employee phone number, date of birth, area, city, account number, all these details from all these three tables, where I have told that employee id must be 101 from employees table. While fetching the record from employee table, while fetching the information from employees table, employee id must be 101. Here employee id must be 101 in address table also, and employee id in account table also must be 101. Provide me that information. So that is how you can specify. See here, name, phone, and all these details. So this is the one of the example actually. Now my requirement is, okay, observe carefully, my requirement is I want to take, all the matching information, or suppose because there are uh, maybe one column I will take from all tables. Okay, account table should give me account number. Before that, employees table is there. Okay, employees table, employee name I want, and salary I want. Okay, select employee name and salary. Okay, as well as what I want area and city, and account number I want, and IFSC code. Suppose this information only I want, and I want, so how many, see here inside the address table, I want the information only for these 6 employees. Okay, I want the record, I want all these detail only for these 6 employees. Okay, so what we will do, so select this detail from uh, employees table, accounts table, and addresses table. Okay, where employees dot employee ID must be equal to accounts dot employee ID, and I want only matching information. Okay, matching employees information. So that's why I'm comparing from employees ID only. Okay, and account ID and address dot employee ID. So in this case, I should, okay, so we will be getting for each iteration we will be getting all the record. Okay, wherever ID is matched. Okay, because we will be having multiple records. Okay, so now what we can do in this case, if you will select all the record where table name 1 dot column name is equal to, if you are specifying this condition, suppose, okay, instead of concluding this table also, okay, i'm I'm making I'm fetching the record only from two tables. Okay, I'm not selecting the record from address table, let's suppose, and suppose I don't want city and area because it's available into address table. Now I want wherever, how many employees are there, that many records. See here, totally. Okay, let me take employee ID also. Yes. So it is saying employee ID column is present in both the table, employees also and account. So which column you want exactly? Employees employee ID or accounts employee ID? I will tell this thing like how I will tell this thing. I want employees dot EID. Okay. So okay, okay. Table name is wrong here. See here. So in this case you can see, okay, so Ullas, you can see Ullas is having this account details as well as this account details also. Okay, similarly you can say Akanksha is also having this account details as well as this account details. Okay, so you can now apply the join like this. Now similarly with the join condition, how you can select the record. Okay, with the join condition, how you can select the record. I want to apply the join, I want to take the matching information. What I can write, select. So all this query, all what we have to do here is, okay, so okay, you can write inner join. I want only matching information. Okay, this information from employees table, inner join account table. Okay, where employees dot employee ID is equal to accounts dot employee ID. Okay, in this case also you can write this query like this, or instead of using where, okay, employee ID is equal to account dot employee ID. Okay, instead of this, how you can specify? Okay, you can specify like this, on. Okay, I am making what? I am making inner join. Employees table inner join with account table on which condition? On employee ID. So this column will should be present in both the table. Then only. Okay, so employee ID. Okay, we can specify like employees. I haven't specified. It's equal to, okay, like this. Any doubt into this thing? Okay, so here what I have done. So we have seen without inner join, and we have seen with inner join condition also. Okay, so you can specify like this. So if you want to select column from multiple table, you have to specify tables. I have specified as here. That means multiple table you can specify. I have specified columns here. So you can take n number of columns from both the table. How many tables you are taking the record? How many table you are taking? Okay, the data. Those many columns you can take. Okay, so and then you can specify the condition. Similarly, this condition. If you want to specify no condition, you can specify like this, and you can use it. Okay, or if you want to use inner join, there is a syntax called select all the columns. Okay, whatever columns you want to select from each table, from table 1 inner join table 2 on this condition. Okay, or also we can say here, okay, instead of specifying this also, we can use count. Okay, and natural join. This is okay, no query specified. What is the problem? Okay, the problem here is last syntax problem. See here, so in this way, okay, you can specify while defining the condition, or you can specify while defining inner join, or you can specify while defining natural join. All will work same. Okay, all will behave like same only. Natural join and inner join, you can say, okay, so we can write it here. It's a natural join. Okay, it's a natural join. So MySQL itself will verify, okay, what is the matching column in both the table. Okay, now here we can see, let me take it natural join. Okay, with account, you see here. So here few example actually I have mentioned here. So if you can go one by one, I will give you this notes so you can practice it. This is for your practice. Okay, so basically, uh, see here, for all the tables, select star from, there should be one common column should be there. Okay, there should be some common column should be there, then only you can apply inner join or natural join or some condition. Okay, select star from employees. So these are, what is the column? Okay, employees and accounts. Here also employee ID is there, and you can specify addresses also. You can see here also employee ID. So if you will say inner join on that particular condition, so you have to use this column employee ID. So on the basis of this column, you can specify the condition. Okay, and if you will specify natural join, so naturally it will see okay which column is matching. So here in all these three tables, okay, matching column is employee ID, so accordingly it will provide you the result. Let me see, somebody is asking something. Yeah, so when you will give notes, so that I'll provide soon, okay, because I have to prepare a lot of things. So are you getting, guys, what is the use of inner join? Any problem to anybody? Okay, so this is the inner join concept. So here you can see, okay, okay now. So we will see here. So syntax is either you can define either where condition, or you can use inner join syntax, or you can use natural join syntax. Example is below. Create table. I created one table person. Insert some record in. Okay, insert some record into this table, and there is one more table called address. Insert some record into this table also, and there is one more table called customer. Insert record into this. Now applying the condition. So there are three tables: person, address, and customer. Applying the condition now. Select star from person, address. Okay. So, so one more thing that I can tell you is, so earlier we have defined the condition like this, no? Where condition. Okay. So we can and so instead of using this table name completely, okay, I'm using accounts table and all. Okay. So instead of this, what we can do is we can use some alias name. Instead of this, I will use only ACC. So it will tell me, okay, this is the account I'm referring. Now, instead of this complete employee, I will write only EMP. And where you will mention like how we will define the variable. So for employees table, I will write EMP. So this will be the uh, reference for this account. For account, this is a reference. Now here also you have to mention it clearly. Okay, this employee ID you want from where? I want from employee emp.eid, and employee name. So emp dot employee name. Salary exists into employee only. Emp dot account number is exist into ACC, right? And similarly IFSC code ACC dot. So you can specify like this, and you will get the data. Okay. So this is how you can define the alias name also. Yeah. So in natural join we don't have to specify any condition. Ullas. Okay. In natural join, let me show you here. Am I specifying any condition here? No. I am just saying I want this detail. Okay. Only thing is I am specifying the employees.eid because this EID column is present into both the tables. So instead of selecting this, generally you should not take this column because already it is present, and on basis of this only this join will be natural join will be applied. So you should not, ideally you should not fetch this employee ID column, but if you are really interested into this column, you have to explicitly say that I want this employee ID from employees table, because this employee ID is present into both the table employees as well as in accounts. Okay, so instead of this employees, you can write like this emp.eid, and you have to specify employees like this emp. Okay, and here whatever column you are taking, so here also you have to mention emp.name, emp.salary. So it will make you very clear. Okay, now it will take. the all records. Okay, so this is how you can specify, and how to define the alias name also, that is also clear, right? So this, so here we are using the table name itself. Instead of that, you can use alias name. Okay, now see here how we can use, how we have used here. So I want these detail from person table as well as address table. So person related P I have specified, and address related A I have specified, and I made the condition also. Okay, now inside the inner join, here also you can see here, inside the inner join condition, address on this particular. So instead of this, you can specify p dot id is equal to a dot id, a dot address id. Okay, and you can specify person P and address A. That's it. So you can see here, there is one more syntax. So we will see. Okay, so if you don't want, so because here I have used the inner join syntax, right? Inner join accounts dot accounts on employee id, employee dot employee id is equal to account dot account id. How we can specify this thing now? We will remove this and we will say employees inner join on accounts, inner join with accounts on, using, not we should not use on also, account. Okay, that's it. So it will give you this record. So you can, there are multiple syntaxes. Select employees.eid, employee name, salary, account number, IFSC code from employees inner join account using employee ID. Very simple syntax it is. Okay. Okay, if you don't want to use this also, if you don't want to specify anything, just account, you change the name inner with natural. That's it. It will fetch all the details. Clear? So today we will okay. So today we will discuss only inner join. Tomorrow we will discuss other joins also. Okay, guys.